Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and there is a blower going on outside. Now, I was just listening to Senator Elizabeth Warren, and I can tell you this. She's on CNBC. It makes me want to throw up listening to these politicians spew out all their government politician lingo about all the stuff they want to do to try to tax us into oblivion and all this stuff. Just makes me sick to watch it. But she did talk about crypto, so I stomached half of what she's saying just to, I grinned and I bared through it so that I could bring you at least some crypto talk. Okay, DJ Peter Boss, XRP price prediction after Ripple Labs partner. There's so much that's gone on in the last 24 hours, and I'm about to go over it. But this is an article about a price. They're talking about the price after. Last night, I actually rolled over at like 2 a.m. and I saw that Ripple had gone live with ODL in Japan, which is huge, and we'll go into that. But first, I wanted to show you this. This is what they're saying. These are some chart people, which I'm not one. They're talking about what they think. I wanted to show you this part. It managed to move above. XRP basically went to 73 or so cents. It moved above the neckline of this pattern. Further, the coin's approaching the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level. It is also being supported by the 50-day and 100-day moving averages. Therefore, the coin will likely keep rising as bulls target the next key resistance at $1. It'll be interesting to watch what happens there. And then CoinDesk had put this out. XRP rallies to 5-week high as Ripple expands its footprint in Asia. XRP cheers Ripple's Japan, Philippines corridor as Bitcoin breaks above. And they have to mention Bitcoin, which has absolutely nothing to do with what Ripple just did. You're talking about Ripple announcing actual utility versus Bitcoin announcing that their price went up without any utility. That's just two totally separate things. But they have to include it because they have to continue the Bitcoin marketing program, or I would say the Bitcoin / Ethereum proof of work marketing program. And then Crypto Bull had put this out, which I like. Ever see XRP pump 100% in a day? I believe I have seen it. I know I've seen it pump 50% in a day, but I think I've seen it do 100% too. I wanted to show you this because the market's up around 1.5 trillion or so. XRP is over 73 cents up. It's been up as high as I think 20% in the last 24 hours, and that means that today is a good day. Now, anytime that we see XRP or Cardano or any digital asset that Mike Novogratz knows is better technology than Bitcoin and proof of work Ethereum, and he does know, trust me on that. He knows that these are better technologies, and for that reason, since he's ex-Goldman Sachs, since Joseph Lubin was with Goldman Sachs, since Goldman Sachs obviously has quite the influence on CNBC, they immediately pick up the phone and they say, this is how I picture it, Mike, XRP or Cardano is surging. You must come on today and talk about how great Bitcoin is and scratch your head about how you just don't understand why these digital assets would be going up. When the irony is that it's proof of work that doesn't work, and you know it, Mike, and you come on and you talk your book and all this. Anyway, this is how the game's played. Now, in this clip, he doesn't talk bad about XRP or Cardano. I just think it's funny that he comes on the second another one starts surging. It puts the lie that is Bitcoin in danger, and that's why he comes on. To continue the marketing effort.
There was a lot of pointing to that report, which was questionably sourced and then batted down, at least in terms of the timeline around Amazon and its cryptocurrency plans, is the reason that we saw Bitcoin climb back above 40K. How do you see the pricing action here? What do you think's been driving it?
Listen, crypto loves a rumor like that, and that was never confirmed, and no one really thought that was happening. Crypto's bounced back because institutions are buying, right? If you saw like FTX, which is an offshore exchange, raised $900 million at an $18 billion valuation from some of the best investors in the world. I think that sent a signal to the whole crypto market that this isn't going away, that institutions want to pile money and the smartest investors in the world are participating. And that got the shorts covered. And so this was partly a big short covering rally and partly recognition that this is a real market that's not going anywhere.
Okay.
There was
and then he is on again.
Let's talk a little bit about regulation and what that potentially could look like here in the U.S., given the fact that we did have this hearing yesterday. We've got Senator Elizabeth Warren coming on the show a little bit later in the morning. I mean, yesterday she said that she warned that Bitcoin, quote, price fluctuations put retail investors and businesses who accept Bitcoin as payment at risk, and then went on to say that the only individuals who use Bitcoin as money are criminals. How would you respond to some of the commentary we got from her and other lawmakers yesterday?
It's disappointing. Elizabeth Warren is 72. I haven't met anyone, or very few people over 70 that actually get this, right? She's a baby boomer, right? We had 3 presidents, Bush, Clinton, Trump, all baby boomers who have run this country for a long time. Our country has deficits that we couldn't fathom, right? So if you're Gen Z or millennial, you're looking up and saying, hey, the baby boomers have not done a great job as stewards of the economy. They've been in power a long time. And so the crypto revolution came from Gen Z and millennials as a response to people like Elizabeth Warren. It was disappointing. She was supercilious. She was smug, really disappointing that she hadn't done any work. This is a progressive technology. She's supposed to be a progressive, right? Crypto goes after the rent takers. If you look at DeFi, if you look at the NFT revolution, it's going to empower artists and creators over the people that used to make money off their backs. And so really frustrating and disappointing. It just tells us, a galaxy, and us as a crypto community, we need to do a much better job going to DC and educating people.
Yeah, you need to do a much better job with the Bitcoin marketing program. Now, here is Elizabeth Warren on CNBC today.
As an idea, I mean, is this something that you think personally has a great future? And is this something that you think may disrupt the financial industry in a positive way?
So look, right now, one of the things that I think is very interesting is digital currency. You know, goodness knows that there has been an enormous failure by the big banks to reach consumers all across the country. Talk about the people, the millions of people who are unbanked or underbanked, who are paying way too much just to be able to have their paychecks cashed or to be able to pay their utility bills and their rents, just to try to get a little edge into the financial system because they don't have standard checking accounts. Digital currency and central bank digital currency may be an answer there because the costs are extraordinarily low for being able to transact. And maybe that will be a way going forward that we get more people into the system.
Elizabeth Warren knows. Now, this was the Senate banking hearing yesterday on cryptocurrencies. What are they good for? And I found a couple of clips you need to hear. This is the first.
Can you give me some specific use cases on how virtual currency and the distributed ledger technology that underpins these assets has the potential to reduce the cost of financial transactions for everyone and to create a more efficient financial system?
Sure. Thank you for the question. There are a number of use cases where some function that today is happening in a financial system that depends on a centralized intermediary could be done potentially more efficiently if the two parties who rely on that intermediary can connect, one-on-one. And one example that simply comes to mind would be settlement and finality, right? So today, when you want to trade securities or other assets, you ultimately rely on a series of intermediaries that ultimately have one settlement intermediary where there's a book that is, updated by that one party. You can imagine a system that depends on one global ledger that anybody has access to and can swap.
One global ledger. Imagine that. And then I wanted to bring to your attention, this is not this guy, Jerry Brito. He's from, I think, Coin Center. This is not his first rodeo. This was yesterday, and this was when he was in front of the Obama administration on May 20th of 2016. That goes in the All the World's a Stage file. Okay? Then from the hearing yesterday, this is Senator Tester, Senator John Tester. And John Tester knows, listen to what he says about China moving the Bitcoin mining out to other parts of the world.
Going to continue. And by the way, on China's standpoint, and I'll just tell you this, I think that if we think they're getting rid of the miners because they don't like them, that if they didn't like them, they'd treat them like they treat the Uyghurs. They're shipping them around the world because they know these guys can raise hell with our financial system. That's my opinion. And they want to be able to be the big player in the financial industry.
That's exactly right. That's the reason that no country is going to ever build their financial system around any proof of work digital asset, including Bitcoin and Ethereum. They can't do it because it makes them susceptible to that. It puts their financial future in the hands of a bunch of miners who they can't control. And that's the problem. And that's the elephant in the room that all these Bitcoin maxis have never wanted to acknowledge. And it's the fact jack. And everybody that's really paying attention and really being intellectually honest knows it. And I've been intellectually honest about it for a long time. Even when people in social media told me I wasn't supposed, you can't talk about Bitcoin. What's good for Bitcoin is good for all of crypto. I knew that was a lie then, and I know it's a lie now. This thing, Bitcoin, if anything, it's going to be allowed to be a store of value and only a store of value, but it is not going to be some global reserve currency or whatever, because it can't be. Okay. This was from Gold Telegraph, and he was saying breaking Tether and Facebook backed Diem token were a main focus of recent meeting with, and those are the meetings that we showed yesterday. I just wanted to show that. Now, this is the big news that happened. I literally rolled over at 2 a.m. and happened to see this, and I said to myself, wow. Then rolled back over, and then woke up this morning, and the prices were up 15 or 20%. And as many of you who have been around for a while know, it's very rare that any news moves the price of XRP. So, announcing our newest on-demand liquidity corridor, drum roll please, Japan. So, Gary Gensler, if you're out there listening, this is what the world is doing while you hold XRP back. They're not sitting around waiting for you government people to make your slow decisions on what's going to happen. The world is moving forward. Okay, now we've got a lawnmower outside, by the way. If you can hear that, we're just going to trudge through this, okay? So it says now SBI Remit, the largest money transfer provider in Japan, is teaming up with mobile payment service CoinsPH and digital asset exchange platform SBI VC Trade to transform remittance payments from Japan to Philippines using on-demand liquidity. The three will provide faster, more affordable remittance options for customers. This is Ripple's first on-demand liquidity service implementation in Japan, setting the stage to drive more adoption of crypto-enabled services in the region by leveraging the digital asset XRP to eliminate pre-funding. The two companies can also free up capital and accelerate the expansion of their own payments businesses. My question when I read this is, Gary Gensler, if you do call XRP a security, what is my XRP secured by? Is it secured by the accounts that XRP is pre-funded in? What is it secured by? This is what I've been scratching my head about it on this security issue. If you call it a security, you got to tell us what it's secured by. So this is going to be interesting to watch this unfold. But the bigger point here is this tells you, it's a siren that's telling anybody who was ever nervous about this SEC lawsuit, this is a global thing. Yeah, the SEC, it wouldn't be good if they came out and if Ripple lost their case or whatever, but they would survive, and XRP would survive, and XRP's here to stay. And that's the point that you want to get out of this. That's probably why the price went up so crazy. Now, Emi Yoshikawa, I met her in Singapore when I went to Swell in 2019. Very, meek, very nice, soft-spoken lady. And so congratulations to her. She's thrilled to announce the launch of ODL in Japan. I think she's Ripple's person there in Japan. And then I said Japan activated, Polysign's activated, Codius ? That's what I'm looking for. And then Crypto Dim brought something to my attention. This is from Tony Valentino, one of the deleted Twitter accounts who used to type things almost as if he might be in the know on some things. He says, this is from back on September 5th, 2019. xPool is just the cloud-based XRP liquidity. Since there will be a XRP shortage of supply on the open market once things get going, xPool will be activated to allow you to park your XRP there to grease the system for some interest. Okay, and then this, it reminded me of this because I showed you this video. Remember when I asked David Schwartz, I retweeted this and I was asking him if he's able to talk about the cool stuff from Polysign. Well, in that same speech, when he was at this conference, he said this about xPool. If I can get it to play. Let me hit the refresh on that. Here we go.
First of all, I'm definitely not allowed to say anything about xPool. But yeah, there definitely is this idea. So we really don't want to be in the business of like providing XRP to people for transactions, because our whole point is to grow the ecosystem. And like if people are just, and then that becomes a sale from our point of view. And so then if we don't want to sell XRP, we wind up having to buy it back somewhere, which is, it's a little awkward for us to be trading on both sides of a market just from a sort of regular, just from a like squeaky clean hands. It's like, oh yeah, we're selling XRP over here and we're buying it over here and we have all this inside information that you might think has something to do with the price. Like that looks ugly. And so we don't want to do that unless we have to. What we would prefer to do is partner with exchanges or partner with somebody else. And we've done that. So we have like XRapid preferred partners who we have agreements with to make sure that they meet certain service level agreements. Yeah, it's awkward for us to do that. We've thought about things like that where we couldn't find other solutions. And to date, we've been able to find other solutions in most of the places where we have that issue. So we want people buying on the, if you're buying to make a transaction, we really want you buying on the open market. Because otherwise we're basically, if we discount it to you, we're basically just giving you money, which like if we wanted to give you money, we wouldn't need to create this contrived way to do it. So, and we want to make sure that we're proving the actual use case. So like if sure, you would love to make payments with XRP if you could get XRP at a discount. Like if you could get dollars at a discount, right? You'd do great in the payment business. Like that just proves that if you pay people to do something, they'll do it, which is non-controversial, right? Like you have to, it can interfere with making sure that you actually have a fit, and we don't want people to sort of be paid to suffer using a product that doesn't work for them. So you got to be really careful that boundary between incentivizing people to participate and fooling yourself into thinking that you're getting traction.
All right. So another thing we can't talk about xPool now. This is Jordan Harry had put this out, and it's kind of sped up, but that's okay. This is he's the co-founder of Nexo, and he's talking about an update on how on Nexo they're talking about the Songbird token from Flare.
I love to see some love from the XRP community. We have something in store for you that we're going to announce shortly that will hopefully restore the faith of the XRP community. In Nexo, we had our ups and downs, but I think we have some news that you'll find useful, interesting, make you happy. Now, in particular, with regards to the airdrops, I talked to the team who is in charge of that, and they have told me that they are in talks with the Flare guys, the team at Flare, and they're discussing on how exactly to best protect the interests of the XRP token holders, and I have been assured that this will be the case. As always, there's nothing I personally or the management or the team at Nexo wants more than happy returning clients who stay retained at the platform and enjoy and do their crypto banking from there. So we will update you as soon as we know what the outcome of the discussion with the Flare team is, so do stay tuned.
All right, so he's acting like they're going to support Songbird token. Okay, and then CoinDesk put this out, and you got to see this. MasterCard is adding a cryptocurrency and blockchain track to its Start Path incubator program for later stage startups. Mintbase and Uphold are included in the first cohort. So you got Uphold that is now working with MasterCard, and that's a big deal. And here's why it's a big deal. I've been telling you, there's two prongs to this digital currency thing, and make no mistake, these regulators are about to put some kind of framework in order, and when that happens, you got two sides of this that are about to blast off. That's the digital currency side, the digital currencies that fall under the framework, and then You've got it's picks and shovels. Then you've got the private equity. These companies, just like the .com boom, these companies that are blockchain related companies that are, whether it's the exchanges or whether it's some of these DeFi companies, but this is about to get really exciting. And it's gonna be, once these regulatory things are worked out, and it seems really imminent. Because today's the deadline that Elizabeth Warren gave Gary Gensler to hand her something. So he's already given her his homework already. So, but my point is that these things are to watch, and the ones I'm watching and I own Uphold. That's private equity on the Link2 platform. I own Ripple, I own Kraken, and also Link2 itself. Okay, and I have a few others as well, but the one I'm most excited about is Uphold. And these guys, I know that every week, not every week, but they have been loading up more Uphold private equity onto this platform almost every week and a half or 2 weeks. So you got to the best thing to do is go ahead, if you've thought about it, is open an account. Now you have to be an accredited investor, but first step is to go in the description of my videos. I have links to their apps and their website. So you open an account, and then you go through the process of finding out if you're accredited, and they can help you with all of that. You'll upload documents and those type of things. And then, because you don't ever know, when they've been adding Ripple onto this platform, and it's gone in seconds sometimes. And there's a reason for that. The people accredited pretty much means you have some wherewithal. And the people with some wherewithal know what's coming. And that is why this is it's as big or bigger a deal than the digital currency side of things. Anyway, enough of that. They're my sponsor, and I'm also a customer of theirs. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family to, once they open their account on Link, to keep checking back, because these issues come on and then